use our time to prove them wrong. We'll win.
Well, we find ourselves in the company of ex-professional footballer, turned pundit, and now turned crooner. It is Kammy, of course. Kammy, how are you doing?
I'm very well, thanks. You know, I've got a fantastic life, so I can't complain. But you missed out manager as well, but it's okay, you know.
Well, you know, 3 out of 4 aren't bad. Anyway,
there's a song in there somewhere.
That fits in perfectly because, of course, you are promoting a single. Could you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's called Sing for England, and a fella called Paul Baker rang me up and wrote it. And he said, I wrote this song with you in mind. So I thought, oh no, here we go, because I sang a song for the World Cup in South Africa, but it was a remake of Too Good to Be True. We couldn't change the words. So I on my way to record it, I changed all these words, you know, Rooney's too good to be true, you know, I can't take my eyes off you and all that sort of stuff. When I got there, he said, no, due to copyright, you can't change the words. So I had just to sing, you're just too good to be true, which like anybody could have done. So I hated every minute of it. I had to try and promote it as well. I did little promotion on it, so I thought this is going to be exactly the same. But I put it on and listened to it, and after 30 seconds, just after the first bit, it goes na 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 na, and I was into it. I thought, this is great. What a football anthem this is! And I rang him back straight away and I said, yeah, I'd love to be the frontman on this. So what he did is he got Mike Canaris from Picasso Music, got him to produce it. Went down. Mike's the most enthusiastic fella you could ever wish to meet. Brilliant, you know. He just doesn't see any downside in anything. He said, come on, you've got a great voice, let's record it. And yeah, just tell a lie occasionally, but no, we recorded it and it sounds great.
And it obviously is called Sing for England. What type of song would you say it is? Because obviously looking back through annals of time, we've got some fantastic tournament music. We've got World in Motion. We've got the Ant and Dec song. That's pretty good. I mean, where does it rate?
I think it's like Three Lions. It's as good as Three Lions, in my opinion, of course. Yeah, Three Lions is a legendary song, and it was fantastic. Everybody loved the song, and it got re-released again because of how good it was. That's what we hope Sing for England is going to be, because it is a catchy tune. Everybody you play it to loves it almost immediately. You can gather the words almost together. The fans are going to sing it on the terraces, which is important as well. And all the proceeds are going to Marie Curie Cancer Care, so what better could happen?
Well, just to go on to the Euros, do you think we can win it?
I do think we can win it. Yeah, I mean, there's only, what is it, 7 teams that can win it? Italy, Germany, Portugal, Spain, France, and ourselves, of course. So, you know, apart from Argentina and Brazil, this is the World Cup, you know, because there's no other 2 teams that are missing from the tournament that would be good enough to win this. So it's a brilliant tournament. It's fantastic. We've got a great chance. When you see what Chelsea have done in the Champions League, they got outplayed by Barcelona in the semis, they won. They got outplayed by Bayern Munich, the German side, in the final and won. You know, so everybody thinks that when they look at different squads that we're not as good. We're not as good as Spain. You know, you have to admit that. But they can be beaten. You know, Barcelona were beaten because Chelsea weren't as good as them. Weren't as good as Bayern Munich, but they beat them. You know, so we've got a fantastic chance. We've got a really, really good chance. We've got a good manager who'll organise the team. He always made Fulham hard to beat. He'd made West Bromwich Albion hard to beat. Did a fantastic job with West Bromwich Albion. They were never in any sort of trouble. I know this is different at international level, but we've got some cracking players. When I look at what the Republic of Ireland are doing now, the Republic of Ireland have got the group of death, but their confidence is absolutely sky high, and they have this certain belief that they're going to go to the Euros and do really well. How many players would we take out of the Republic of Ireland side and put into the England side? None.
For the first time in quite a long time, the nation are going into this tournament with like low expectations. The pressure appears to be off for the players. Do you think that's easier for them to perform?
Well, I think it'll be for the first game. You know, if we beat France initially, then that'll be it. You know, the fever will just go around England and everything else. The good thing is the players won't. Well, I suppose they will, because it's not like away in South Africa, whereas they weren't really in contact with know what was going on. They will be in touch because it's in Europe. But I just think that just to get that first win under our belts will be important. And if we do that, then anything is possible.
I mean, you look at the group, and obviously we've talked about France. There's Ukraine, there's Sweden. I mean, they're not easy teams, and in some respects, Sweden can be a bit of a bogey team for England in tournaments. Obviously, they must be wary of that.
Yeah, of course. Every time Sweden play England, they've got nothing to lose, you know, and so they get themselves into a situation where they can relax. All the pressure's on England, you know. Like you said, though, this time around, it's slightly different. We go into the France game as underdogs. You know, when you look at the players that they've got, Ribéry, Benzema, they've got world-class players. They've got players who can play on any stage. You know, there's no ifs or buts about that. Some very, very good players. But like I said, you know, we do ourselves down in this country. I think Scott Parker's going to be a revelation in the centre of midfield. Frank Lampard's out injured, so Steven Gerrard will play in alongside him. That you've got a settled midfield there already, which is nice. You've got Ashley Young, who's settled into international football incredibly. You know, found his feet straight away. Pardon the pun. Andy Carroll, you know, he gives it another option, because not only can he play on the ground, he's good in the air. Yes, he didn't perform very well throughout last season, but he come good at the right time towards the end of the season, and we all said, everybody said, even Alan Shearer, who's been a legendary number 9 at Newcastle United, said he could be one of the best players in the world if he put his mind to it. So why not him to emerge from the Euros as a star?
And with every squad that's drawn up, there's always question marks around certain players. I mean, you can ask 100 people and there'll be 100 different opinions. Do you think this is the best squad Hodgson had available to him? And do you think the likes of Stuart Downing and Andy Carroll, it places a lot of focus on them, considering the below average seasons they've had?
Well, I would have taken Rio Ferdinand. You know, I think there's any doubt about that. Rio's still a world-class defender. I think one of the excuses was that he couldn't play 3 games in however many days. Well, he did for Manchester United towards the end of the season, so I didn't really understand that one. I would have taken, you know, you can't exclude your world-class players. I'd have taken Daniel Sturridge as well, because I think he offers something. You know, Danny Welbeck's great. You know, as he picked him because he's a Manchester United player, but he hardly played towards the end of the season. Sturridge, when he was in great form for Chelsea, played on that right-hand side and scored goals coming in on his left foot. That would have been another dimension. Downing on the left, him on the right, and he works hard as well. He works for the team.
Now I'm going to ask you to put your manager's hat on, your tactician's hat. We have Rooney missing for the first 2 matches. What formation would you play, and who would you play where?
I think that's already decided. I wouldn't have gone with it. I'd have gone with Andy Carroll up front with Steven Gerrard behind him, because that's who I would have gone. But it's already decided. I can see that now, that Roy Hodgson is going to play Ashley Young in behind Andy Carroll. So that's a gimme as far as that's concerned. As far as the midfield concerned, like I said, it's going to be Parker and Gerrard in midfield. Downing looks as if he's going to play either on the left hand side or the right hand side, either one of those. I think Milner could find himself into the squad, because I think he's the type of player that Roy Hodgson likes, a grafter, a worker, and can give you a little bit as well. And then the back 4 picks itself.
And finally, I suppose the perfect scenario would be, come the beginning of July, your singles number 1, England win the Euros.
That would be absolutely perfect. To get Sing for England to number 1 would be just sensational, really. It would be. It's a dream come true. I mean, I wasn't good enough to play for my country. I had an offer to play for my dad's country, Sierra Leone, which I turned down because I kept thinking that England was going to knock on the door for me. Even at the ripe old age of 38, I thought they might still come back for me. But no, this is the next best option for me. To being chosen to sing the official song for 2012 will be great.